What's going on, guys? It's Hi with the UpperLeftUSA.com. Today I want to give you a look at the new release Sirui EP-204S. The Sirui EP-204S is an aluminum monopod with a load capacity of 17.6 pounds, max height of 63 inches, and a closed length of 24 inches. This monopod weighs 2.4 pounds and is divided into 4 sections via a flip-lock mechanism. By unlocking the upper twist collar, you allow the handle section to pan independently from the base. If you loosen up the base, you have full access to both pan and tilt from the base. The main shaft can be removed to turn the bottom section into a mini table tripod. In a nutshell, this is the EP-204S. I've been on the hunt for a photo video monopod for quite some time now, and I gotta say that this, I think, is the one. I think the hunt is finally over. Now, I actually own the P204S from Sirui, the original low-budget photo video monopod, and I actually returned it, and I'll get into some of the reasons why. First off, the main difference, obviously, between the EP-204S and the P204S is obviously the locking mechanism. The EP is a flip lock, whereas the P is twist lock. I personally am not a fan of twist lock tripods or monopods, just because, to me, every time I've used it, there's always that sense of, is it tightened enough? Because there has been times where the legs just loosens up and you can tell that it's slanting or beginning to fall over, and thank goodness I've always been able to catch it. But for me, flip locks are very straightforward. It's either on or off. It's unlocked or locked. So it's very straightforward. Next thing that really caught my attention when I pulled this out of the packaging was when I took it out of the bag. I noticed immediately the size and the weight difference. Even though I don't have the P204S anymore, you definitely notice a difference. Between the two, the EP204S is half a pound lighter, whereas the P204 is 2.9 pounds. This is 2.4 pounds. And somehow they managed to keep the same as far as load bearing specification and the maximum height. They're the same between the EP and the P. So you get all the benefits, but they shaved half a pound from it, and you also reduced the minimum, the folding length by 3 inches, and you definitely notice that. Like I said, right when I pulled it out, I definitely noticed that this thing was a lot shorter, and for me, that is a huge benefit. When you're traveling around, let's say you're trying to put it on a side of your carry-on or something like that, it's much easier to get away with something like this, where it's 24 inches versus 27 inches, where it's for sure going to be sticking out of the top of your carry-on. So for me, minimum folding height is always a bonus. The shorter it is, the better. But of course, the shorter it is, but as long as it can get pretty high enough, works fine with me. The next thing that I noticed that was a difference between the two. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, people who own the P204S, is that the leg mechanism is only a one-stage locking mechanism, pretty much. So, for example, when you pull this leg down, it clicks 1, 2. So you can use it at both of those stages. So theoretically, at this second stage, you do get a little bit more height out of this monopod. So that's one thing that I liked more about this monopod than the P204S. I really like this leg design, and I think overall it's a lot more sturdy. For me, when I was using the P204S, when you put it down, there was always a little bit of wobble. When you move it in super high winds, I'm almost certain that it will tip over. But with this, it seems a lot more secure to me. An overall better package, in my opinion, than the P204S. Now, there is, let's say, 2 things that I want to complain about this tripod. For me, I really liked it. Like I said, when I saw the online description, this was like, I was like, man, this is like the monopod. But there was one turnout for me, and that's actually the design of the flip lock. I actually think that this is a aesthetically poorly designed flip lock. If you look at the new Manfrotto XPRO monopods, or just like their higher end tripods, the flip locks are like, like you have little silver accents, this and that. It looks more aesthetically pleasing, and I like that. I personally use Manfrotto monopods or tripods, and I was really debating between the new XPRO monopod or this one. But like I said, the design of this flip lock is kind of unattractive to me. Also, I personally think the design, just the aesthetically, the way that the legs looked on the P204 actually is more pleasing than this EP-204. This is kind of just like, I don't know, it's kind of just really normal looking to me. On the P204, you have like cutouts, this and that, like bruises and everything. That looks cool. Second complaint that I would say that I have about this monopod is that this upper pan, for some reason, on all of these twists, it's traditional. It's lefty loose, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So when you turn this left, this whole collar loosens, right? But for some reason, up top, you turn it right to loosen. I'm not sure why they did that. I mean, why would you go against like what everybody knows, the whole rhyme of righty tighty lefty loosey? That's what everybody knows. Why would you make it right as loose and left as tight? That's the most annoying thing, especially like if you're gonna go at it and like loosen all of them at once. For sure you're gonna, if you loosen this up first, you're gonna try to turn it right to loosen down here too, and that's just not that's not gonna work. Two minor complaints, stuff that you will be able to adapt to and get over, but I don't know, just little things. I was actually thinking of getting the new XPRO monopods, or just the XPRO base from Manfrotto, and the main reason why I went with this was because of this upper panhandle. Just because like on the XPRO monopods, everything is built in at the base. The upper shaft is just a shaft. It's just flip locks up and down. That's all you get. So pan and tilt and everything is in the base, like I said. So essentially, with the XPRO, when you loosen it, you can pan or you can tilt. But my problem with that is that like if there's really no control of that. Once you loosen it and you're trying to pan, I mean, you can get very minimal tilt while you're panning, but because it's all loose at the same time, there's always going to be some little bit of movement. With this design, where the pan is actually built into the handle also, they give you the choice. So this can be locked down or loose or however you want, but this is completely independent from the base, and that's very nice. And that's why, ultimately, why I chose this Sirui EP-204S. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it helped you at all, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about this monopod or how you're liking your monopod. Don't forget to subscribe. Until the next video, I'll see you guys next time.